Hello and thanks for joining me for some more landscape photography. In this video, I'm a tourist in the lakes. So I've come up to Cumbria to bring my mum out for a weekend away because since my father passed away, she doesn't get out very much for this sort of thing. But of course, I've brought my camera with me, and since we've ended up here on the shores of Westwater, it would be rude not to take a few pictures. Well, these aren't the best conditions I've ever encountered. Got a little splash of light here and there on the peaks and some nice texture in the sky, and at least we haven't got horizontal rain, so you know it could be a lot worse, but the light's pretty flat. But what I'm doing with this standard traditional shot down the lake, take in the scene, sort of set the scene really, although there are some technicalities around this shot. Now I started off this shot a few yards over there where there's this single little stand of Juncacia soft reed. The problem with that is that I had too much dead space over on the left hand side. I thought I might be able to use that reed as a foreground, but it wasn't going to work, so I've migrated forward and forward. I've actually spent probably the thick end of an hour just trying to finesse this one composition. But what I've got here is some really nice new growth bracken coming in from the bottom left corner. I've got another stand of Juncacia soft reed sort of anchoring the bottom right corner. Got a nice sweep of rock running down with a sort of nice gentle curve to it. So that's my foreground. Background, of course, is Great Gable and the other peaks around here. Not too much wind, just a gentle ripple on the lake. So what I've done is I've shot it in sort of a combination of two halves. The bottom half of the image with the bracken and the Juncacia shot at a sort of standard shutter speed to freeze it so it's nice and sharp. Then I put a 10-stop filter on for the top half of the image to take in the lake and the sky, and I've run a 30-second exposure for that, so I'll stitch those two together. The ripple on the lake from up here isn't too offensive, but I just wanted to kind of smooth it out a bit. I don't use my 10-stop filter very often, so I thought, what the heck, let's have a bit of a muck about. I haven't really got much gear with me today because, you know, it's a weekend away with mum, really. Hence the title, I'm a tourist in the lakes. But you've got to bring a camera with you. So, you know, I've got the OM3, I've got my 8-25 lens, and I've got the teeny tiny Lumix 35-100. That's it. So I think I could probably get away with taking another couple of images around here, and then I'll have to leave it at that for this one. But yeah, I'm going to go and see what else I can find for now. And unfortunately, that's where it ended. Before I'd had time to find another shot, the heavens opened and Mum decided she wanted to clock out early, so I left it at that. It wasn't a photo trip, it was just a bit of opportune photography. Probably the shortest video I've ever made on this channel, but I'm going to put it up anyway because why not? I thought about editing it as one of those, is it reels? No. Shorts, I don't know, I'm not 9 years old anyway, so I edited what I had as a proper video. I'll put the image up at the end and leave it there for this one. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Really hope you've enjoyed it, brief as it was, and if you have, why not join me next time for something slightly lengthier.